Hi guys, welcome back to Jenny's UK Experience. If you are new here, this is the channel where I dive into everything you need to know about studying, living and thriving as an international student or a skilled worker in UK. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video and share it with someone who may find it helpful. To my amazing returning subscribers, lots of kisses. Are you planning to study in the UK in 2025? Thinking about working part-time to cover your expenses? Brace yourself because the cost of living crisis is hitting harder than ever, especially for international students. From skyrocketing rent to surprising everyday expenses, today I am revealing the shocking realities of living and studying in the UK. Here is a reality check. As an international student, you are limited to working 20 hours per week during term time. While this might sound manageable, let's break it down to what it actually means for your wallet. With the UK's current minimum wage of £11.44 per hour as of 2024, working the minimum hours allowed would earn you around £915.2 per month as gross and £10,980 as annual pay. The good news is that this annual amount falls below your personal tax allowance, which means that you will not be charged income tax on this earnings. However, you may still have to pay small deductions for pension, about £20, which is optional. Total net pay for spending will therefore be £895.2. As a form of education, the standard personal tax allowance for the tax year 2024-2025 in UK is £12,570. Hence, if you are earning below this threshold for the year, you are not going to pay any income tax on your earnings. Critical and very important expenses you are likely to incur are as follows. Let's start with housing costs. The biggest expense for most students is the housing cost. In 2025, rents have reached all-time highs, especially in bigger cities. Shared apartments are quite cheaper than a one-bedroom or a studio apartment. En-suite shared accommodation is a type of housing where you have your own private bedroom and an en-suite, which is an adjoining bathroom and toilets, but you share communal areas like the kitchen, living room or dining space with other residents. This is budget-friendly and cost-effective for students. You can decide to go in for one which is not en suite, meaning that you will share your bathroom with other residents, hence making it a cheaper option. In the coming weeks, I shall make a video about the different types of apartments we have in UK and the cost implications for a single person or family. For the purposes of this education, I shall focus on a shared accommodation as is one of the cheapest. For a student, a single room in a shared accommodation can cost you anywhere from £450 to £1,200, including all bills. In my case, I spent £550 for my en-suite shared accommodation, all bills inclusive. Next is the food and grocery costs. The cost of groceries in the UK can be quite surprising, especially for international students unfamiliar with local prices. If you are cooking at home, which is a cost-effective choice, a monthly grocery bill typically ranges from £80 to £150 per person, depending on where you shop. Please note that groceries from African shops or international shops are quite expensive than the normal local supermarkets. Local supermarkets like the Aldi, Lidl and Asda offer affordable options. My monthly cost on groceries in my case was around £80. But let's be honest, cooking every day meals at home isn't always realistic, especially with a busy student schedule. If you rely on takeouts or dining out, the cost escalates quickly. As food prices continue to rise due to inflation, sticking to a budget is crucial. Hence, in my case, I decided to stick to £80 monthly budget on groceries and food, which includes takeout or dine out. I prioritize bulk buying, helping me to keep food costs under control. The next type of expense is the transportation cost. Transportation in the UK is a significant expense that many international students underestimate. Whether you're commuting to university, going to work, or exploring the country, it is important to plan for these costs in your budget. One of the relatively cheapest forms of transportation is the Stagecoach app, which runs extensively across various cities and towns in the UK, offering affordable and discounted fares for students in certain cities. In 2025, most Stagecoach buses have increased their fares to £3 per single trip, £6 for return or day rider depending on your city. A day rider will enable you to travel within specific jurisdiction on the bus on limited times within a single day for a fixed price. The Stagecoach buses also have discounts for students, allowing them to travel on limited times in specific zones. There are also weekly or monthly discounts available as well, which you can explore. These options are budget-friendly and cost-effective options for students or anyone planning multiple trips in a day. Another means of transport is the train, which can be quite expensive. However, there are railcard discounts that students can explore for cheaper rates. You can also consider buying a bicycle or a low fuel consumption car. In my case, I took advantage of the discounts offered by the Stagecoach buses and the railcard, helping me to save money significantly. This year, 2025, international students are likely to spend about £100 per month on the average for unlimited travels within specific zones via the Stagecoach buses. Please note that this amount may be lower or higher depending on your city and proximity of your apartment to your university or workplace. Another obvious expense is the tuition and other related hidden costs that can catch you off guard if you are not prepared. Let's take a closer look at what you need to budget for. As an international student, you may have tuition balance to settle and other additional cost-related costs like field trips, buying course materials, printing, photocopying costs, other software licenses or technological platforms, graduation costs, etc., mostly depending on your course. The plan for most international students is to work and pay for the rest of the tuition balance, but realistically, this plan may be unachievable due to the 20-hour work restriction during term time, which significantly limits earning potential. This restriction means students often need to rely on savings, financial support from family, or scholarships to bridge the gap. In my case, the law permitted bringing our dependents to UK to work full-time, providing crucial financial support towards tuition balance payments. However, the laws have changed in 2025. International students can no longer bring dependents unless they are studying specific postgraduate courses, significantly reducing the financial support options available to them. This change makes it even more challenging to manage both tuition fees and living costs. The last expense I wish to talk about is the miscellaneous expenses. Aside from your rent, tuition fees, and daily living costs, there are several miscellaneous expenses that can quickly add up for international students in the UK. These are costs that might not be immediately obvious, but are just as important to budget for. Let's take a closer look at what these can include. As an international student, I incurred common miscellaneous expenses such as family expenses, mostly through transfer of money back home to family. I had a mobile phone plan or data plan costing about £44 per month. Amounts may differ depending on the provider and the data allowance. Other miscellaneous expenses or items include purchases of household items and personal care, entertainment and leisure activities, unexpected costs, etc. While it's necessary or easy to focus on the big costs like tuition and rent, these smaller miscellaneous expenses can quickly add up, so being mindful of them and budgeting carefully is key to managing your finances successfully during your time in the UK. In conclusion, this is a summary of my monthly budget to give you a true and realistic picture of my monthly expenses. During my studies, I worked as a support worker. earning £12 per hour. My weekly income, that's the 20-hour weekly income, was £240. My monthly income was £960. Deductions made included pension, which was £20, rent, which was £550, transportation, which was £90, groceries and food items, which was £80, and miscellaneous, which was £100. If you do all of these deductions from £960, you're gonna get £120 as savings. This savings, you can use it towards your tuition balance payments. The UK is undoubtedly a fantastic place to study, offering world-class education, diverse cultures, and a vibrant student's life. However, with the ongoing cost of living crisis in 2025, international students face increasingly financial pressures that make it harder to make ends meet. But don't worry, there are strategies and solutions available that can help ease the strain. In my next video, we'll dive deep into practical ways you can survive this financial crisis as an international student. We'll explore how to make the most of your student budgets, find affordable housing options, navigate the UK job market, and take advantage of the best student discounts available. So, stay tuned for more tips and real-life advice on thriving financially during your studies. I leave you with this Bible Mary verse, Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 to 7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your mind in Christ Jesus. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss my next video. Thank you and stay blessed. Bye.